Technically, this is a new game. Yeah, this is sort of the reason why I think I prefer KGS for this kind of reviews, because it actually has a specific setting so that you can move things on the board and then jump back and forth. But, I mean, this works.
Sure.
This is good enough. Okay. So I've got a weak group, which I'm going to defend, and I think the move that we mentioned earlier, I'm starting to not like it. It feels really slow.
Oh, that Q12 move? Yeah.
Yeah, the R12.
R12, yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think I'm going to try a move like this instead. So I need to defend that group, and I want to look sort of in the direction of maybe giving some place to run for the group that I'm probably going to have to make at the bottom.
Now, what if I just answer that with, like, N9?
You can do that. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So if you do that, I'm going to invade immediately.
Oh.
Just to let you know, that's what's going to happen. N9 is probably an okay move. It's not quite my style.
What if I did more of like a attacking move, like a P12? Like pick a side to defend.
P12. So P12 is not a good attack.
Okay, never mind.
Let's go back to let's make a review again. This is sort of annoying. Oh, can we just go back? Yeah, the old review still works. Oh, but it doesn't update. All right, I'm going to make a new one.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to make a new one. So if you play here, P12,
Yep.
right?
Mm-hmm. You just go.
So you're peeping at these two cutting points?
I am, yeah. So
Does one of those cutting points not matter to me?
Yeah, I guess you don't care about the Q13 stone if you...
Right, I don't care about the Q13 stone. Okay. So I'm going to play here.
Yeah, you're like...
And if you do this, I'm going to play here.
Yeah.
And I think I will have successfully defended.
Yeah, now you're safe.
Right? So if I wanted to attack, which is probably the way I would play it, I would say, okay, so here's the group. How does it trying to live?
It could make a connection to the top, actually. That's like the
It
closest
can probably
friend.
make a connection to the top. That's probably its main avenue for life.
Yeah.
So how do you attack?
I guess I could do L15 or just N16, one of the two.
I was thinking M15, something like this, yeah.
Or yeah, I meant
Interfere
N15.
with that connection. This is an attacking move.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say, yeah.
This might be a very effective attacking move. It's much harder for white to find a good defense.
Interesting, yeah.
Right? I do not think that this is an effective attack because you're really only attacking that one stone, and that stone is not that weak.
Yeah,
right? It's easy to sacrifice.
Yeah, gotta think about the whole thing. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's go back to the game. Again, you can pick your move. You wanted to do something like N9. That's also okay. You can also interfere. Like, this group also has other avenues to live, for instance, by making eye shape. Okay, you like that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one too.
I like that one, yeah.
Yeah, all right. So I have a weak group. I need to live. So I'm just going to... So the question when I'm thinking about this is, I know I'm going to keep running.
Sure.
The main question is, in what direction? Am I going to run to the left, or am I going to try to run down? So running to the left is the safest way, but it doesn't directly help me reduce the bottom. However, what I'm thinking is that if I run towards the bottom, you're probably going to get extra moves at the bottom while pressuring me. So it actually isn't going to reduce you. It's actually going to make you. It's actually going to help you.
Huh.
So I think running towards the left is probably the safest and just the most reasonable thing to do, and it's a very simple move.
Okay.
Just keep protecting my weak group.
All right. So how do I attack you while also growing or doing something? What about like?
Yeah, you can do something. You don't necessarily have to attack me anymore. I mean, do you think I'm weak? I mean, I'm not strong, right? Yeah. But I'm probably out of danger, right?
I would say so. Maybe I can do something up top to... Well, that's the... Let me think. Hold on. Let me think.
Okay,
so there's the weak group in the middle. They're kind of floating. They're not really weak, though, because they can probably run out to top left or bottom left eventually. So it's
Right.
probably gonna be hard.
So
to
this
kill.
is a key way of thinking about how to proceed here. Is how does this group find life? It's probably going to find life by connecting with something on the left.
Right.
So this is a good hint of like one way to find a good move in this position.
I was looking maybe at like. Well, now actually maybe I don't know if this like turns on like the C8 move or something. Because now I
yeah,
can, like,
something on the left to bother my weaknesses. Yes.
because if I go like
I don't know if necessarily C8.
maybe like
So
E7,
if you want to talk about C8 a little bit, we can do that in the
it's probably not on the right side. Probably want to be in front of the stones if I'm thinking about it some more.
Okay, that makes sense.
So maybe like E7.
C8 is a little bit worse after you've exchanged D2 for C3.
Yeah, because I'm not gonna probably kill that.
Because you have fewer avenues for life for that C8 stone towards the corner.
Right.
Right? It's weaker when you set it down because it has fewer choices of how to find life. That was the main thing I was going to show you.
So what about E7?
E7 makes sense to me. So it is a little bit of a committal move in the sense that you are helping me build a big left side.
Yeah.
But it does surround my center group. So it's a plan. It's definitely a plan. It makes sense. You can make committal moves if this is an idea you want to commit to. Also, I was thinking about some of those things that we were talking about earlier, messing with the upper left corner.
Oh, like some of those attachment moves now.
Where you usually end up with sort of a group on the upper side or something. The group on the upper side has got to have help with M15. It's also might start to be useful to bother the left center group, to bother my center group. That's not the word, left. To bother my sort of center group, you have some stones in that area. So making a group on the upper side makes more sense now than it used to.
Maybe even like an
You can also
L17
just
move.
build a really big area at the bottom if you want. That's also possible. You can play something like, I don't know, L6 or something like that, L7.
Sure.
Also, you can attack. I mean, you could probably go out with an all-out attack if you really wanted to. I'm thinking something like H11 or J11.
Just going for it, yeah.
Yeah, surround
up.
my group.
Yeah. Huh. Okay. Sure. I guess. Let's see what makes sense. I'm gonna try to play solid, I think.
Okay.
Let's just try to keep good groups. Now, yeah. But we are trying
By the way, I think you are slightly winning this game. I think your position is better than mine.
Okay. Yeah, let's just do that. So I'm just gonna go L7.
Okay, so you're going for the really big bottom side,
Yeah.
right?
I'll say have fun invading.
I am definitely going to invade that.
Yep. So I welcome the invasion.
And so the thing that I'm worried about when I invade is I'm going to try to invade in a way that makes it really hard for you to make a double attack.
So
If you can find a move that will attack my center group and my invading group, then I am in huge trouble.
makes sense, yeah.
Right? So I definitely don't want that.
Sure.
So the best way I can probably avoid that is to play as far away from my center group as I can.
Okay.
Right?
Makes
To
sense.
make it really hard for you to find a move that bothers both. And I'm going to try as hard as I can to live locally on the bottom. This is my plan. I'm going to live right there. I don't want you to chase me out. So here's the way I'm going to do it. I'm going to bother your corner like this.
Yep, I thought you'd do that. Yeah, I know I usually just respond R4 and don't really think about
R4
it.
is usually okay.
Yeah, so I'll do that. But if I go P4, it's probably the wrong side.
P4 is the complicated version. It actually might be a better move this time.
Because I'm looking towards.
If you think Q4 is a mistake, P4 is a good way to try to prove that. But it's much more complicated.
Right.
We can talk about that if you like. I was thinking this might actually not be a good move because you might play P4.
Well, because I'm looking at like the bottom side, and I feel like it supports that side. I could be like, hey, have the corner if you want it, because now I'll just get like a strong middle bottom area, I suppose.
Yeah, usually the way P4 works is that I play in the corner and then sacrifice an awful lot of stuff to make shape on the outside. That's usually the way it works. Is I actually don't take the corner.
Okay, well maybe I should just play it simple just to keep the game understandable.
But it's very messy.
Let's just keep it simple.
Yeah, keep things understandable for teaching purposes. The simple move is fine.
Yeah.
I mean, the other move is probably a better move. But let's do this.
And I guess I'll connect.
Oh, okay. That actually might be better. I was thinking you were going to Atari at Q5. Which is sort of the usual move in this position, but it actually makes a lot of sense for you not to do that because you're trying to attack me.
I just figured, like, okay, you know, whatever.
So again, my plan is to try to come as close as possible to living locally, so you don't have a good multiple-purpose attacking move. So I'm going to try this. This is not good. I'm in trouble.
Yeah. So let's see. So do you care about that one stone? I should care more about the whole group. Okay, not the stone.
The whole group, yes.
Not the stone. Okay. Don't care about
not the stone. The one stone does not matter. If you play P4, I am just going to let you have it.
Yep, you're going to let me have it.
Yes.
I almost... Let me just... There.
So how am I trying to live?
On the bottom. I mean, I don't think...
I'm trying to make eyes on the bottom.
What if... Okay, I'm reading out an 03 right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
That wasn't the move I was going to show you, but you can definitely try that.
Or P2 maybe is a bit more simple.
Yeah, I was thinking something along the lines of P2 or maybe L2, K2.
I looked at L2 as well, yeah. I didn't see K2. But yeah.
L2, K2, mostly, I think that you do not have weaknesses around R4. Like, that group is really strong.
Yeah, it is. There are some...
And you do have some weaknesses on the left side of that, so I would want to play on the side you are weaker.
Let's go L2, actually. I like that move.
All right, L2. Okay. So the reason that you might want to do K2 is because you don't want me to play L3 and M2 and that kind of stuff.
Right, just
you don't want me to
weakness.
get extra forcing moves in that area.
Yeah. Well, okay.
That's why you would want to play K2.
Undo.
Let me play K2.
Oh, you prefer that?
Yeah.
Undo.
You like that idea? Oh, okay.
I'm trying to
you can
learn how to play more solid, so I want to get some muscle memory in that. So let's do that.
All right. Well, this is a strong attacking move. To not leave any weaknesses is very strong for attacking. And I know this feels sort of almost paradoxical, but your weaknesses are my main tool to defend my group.
Right, just by making it complicated and cutting and...
Yeah, right. They're my main tool to defend. So, for instance, the first move that I'm looking at, I'm actually going to play it. I'm not sure if it's good. But the first move I'm looking at is this because you have a weakness there.
Ah.
And it defends my group while bothering you, so you don't have time to attack because you have to worry about your weakness.
I almost want to play, like, just cut you in half. L4.
You can try that. Yeah, that might be good. That might be good. I was just expecting you to play K5, but you can try and cut.
K5.
That's a nice aggressive idea.
My instincts are always murder. But
that's fine.
I need to get better, so I'm gonna play more solid.
Okay.
Let's just play solid.
So
yeah, we're gonna improve.
All right. Well, I thought the fighting idea was also good. This is also fighting. This I'm actually not sure if I would necessarily call this one less aggressive. The other one splits me in half, but this one attacks the whole group pretty well.
Yeah, and that's
like I'm still under a lot of pressure.
I like what you're like showing about like don't worry about the stone, take the whole group. I'm trying to get more in that mindset.
Yeah,
I need to get in that mindset.
So my group is in a little bit of danger here, and it looks like the thing that I really didn't want to do, which was to run towards the other group, it looks like that might be my only way out. And remember how I said I really didn't want to do that?
Right.
Because it gives you the opportunity to find moves that attack both. And that's just really dangerous for me.
Yeah, because if you like try to jump out like, I don't know, N6 or something.
So
you know,
I'm going to continue to look for moves that poke at weaknesses of yours. This is just the standard way to try to defend, is to look for weaknesses in your shape. Oh boy. Here.
Okay. So first instinct is just R5. Just answer it.
So
but
I can't cut at R5, right?
Yeah, I guess it's not weak enough. If I go like Q6 or something, you know.
Yeah, I can't actually cut you, so you don't have to play R5. If you're worried about the R5 cutting point, there's a lot of ways to make that stronger without actually playing R5.
Right. Yeah.
You can try things like R7. That strengthens that cutting point a lot. And you don't actually play R5. You can also play R5. The main attraction of R5, I think, is that it takes one of my liberties.
What about like a Q7 move?
Q7's also okay. There's some shape issues, but they're not bad. They're okay. You can try that. It's usually a little bit of a weird shape to have that one space jump and then the diagonal up.
Oh, okay.
It's a weird way to defend the R5 point, but you know it's okay. The shape issues are very minor. You're fine.
I think I'll go like
okay.
this.
Yeah, this is a good move
because it also strengthens Q9 as well.
Right. So I think I've made a couple moves. I'm really trying to live locally, so I'm gonna play this. I think that helps for shape a lot. If I can live locally, I'll be much less worried about the future of this game.
Yeah, that's a huge area to shut down.
Well, mostly it's not about the huge area to shut down. It's about the fact that I'm now no longer worried that one of my groups is going to die.
That's fair.
Because if both of my groups are weak, then I'm in trouble. And I think you've done so far a pretty good job of preventing me from living locally and trying to force me to make them put them together. And if that ever happens, then you can start double attacking, and I can be in terrible, terrible danger.
So I'm feeling like you're getting close to making two eyes. Because I'm seeing like the O2.
I mean, maybe
or something. I don't know. Like, I feel like if I poke you in some way to try to like shut that down, I'm gonna give you the stones you need to make those eyes. But I feel like you'll get the
right. You're gonna add some weaknesses to your shape, which help me defend myself. Yeah. And also, I think moves that you play in there, if I live and you don't actually do any damage, they're kind of gonna be useless.
Right.
You don't really need to do anything here. Your position is great.
Even if you live?
Yes, your position is still very good. So look at the whole board. Are you behind in territory? Does it look like it? Probably not. You're fine.
Yeah, I would say so.
Do you have any important weaknesses?
No, I'm pretty solid this time, which feels good.
Yeah, you don't have any important weaknesses. You have a couple weaknesses, but they're all minor. So you're fine.
Do you usually try to grow off of your groups, or do you think it's okay to like invade and start a new group somewhere else at this point?
Well, look what I did.
Yeah.
Just look at how I played this game.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. I mean, you worry about where weaknesses are. That's what you do. I'm not necessarily thinking about growing territory. I'm thinking about weak groups. This is the way. I mean, I did sort of want to give you a chance to see if you could make a double attack. This was a lot of what I was trying to.
Sure.
I mean, I kind of had the feeling when I started to play around Q11 that might happen.
So let's see. So I want to pressure both. I don't want you guys to connect. So I want to split you somehow. So.
You actually probably do want me to. You want me to move towards the other group. Connect, maybe not. Right? I'm not going to be able to connect in one move, right?
No.
Right. So if I move toward the other group and then you cut, you're attacking both groups at once with that cut.
Right.
Right? Right now, if you only surround me around 07 or something,
right,
then you're only attacking the lower group. You want to attack both. That's where the fun starts. I mean, it's also perfectly okay to, like, you want to play 07, let me live locally, and then continue with the game. That's perfectly fine.
What if I play,
I mean,
like,
there's
010?
nothing wrong with doing that.
Like 010.
But my instinct would be to do something like 03, P2, M2, something, you know, vaguely like that.
Yeah.
Take out the eyes on the bottom, so I have to run towards the center. I think you should want me to run towards the center because that gives you chances for a double attack. This is like a long-term plan, yeah. Right. I play here. I might live locally, but even then, like, moves like P2, that kind of stuff, you're making points, right? So you're fine.
Sure. No, I guess I could
You can decide if at some point you think I'm probably safe. I think this might be heading towards white being safe.
Well, what about L4?
Yeah, so L4 I play, M4. Are you thinking what? I'm trying to see how that works.
Well, no, it doesn't. It doesn't. Okay.
Okay.
Let's go M.
Okay. So I'm probably going to defend here. I'm trying to make eye shape. And I'm bothering one of your weaknesses, right? Because it's threatening to capture. Right. This looking alive-ish, I think.
Yeah, it looks pretty alive.
It looks alive-ish. Okay. So the game continues.
Okay. So how do I make some progress?
Well, I think you've already made great progress.
How do I continue to make progress?
Remember how you never remember what we said about these moves, like that you were playing at Q9 and L9 and L7 and all that. Your point was never you were trying to take that area's territory. The point is I'm going to invade and you're playing those moves to attack my invader. So it's perfectly fine. You're never trying. Your plan was never to kill me. Your plan was never to call that your territory.
Right.
You've actually made real points on the right and also around H3. You're fine.
Okay.
Yeah, you're in good shape.
I guess we'll just try to keep attacking. Maybe go back to like that H11 idea, or J11.
H11. All right. That's something you can try.
But it doesn't. Or
I wouldn't do that. But that's something you can try. I mean, it's not my style, I guess. I mean, I look for weaknesses here.
I don't see a weakness.
I see black has a couple of weaknesses. Particularly, I'm thinking around like the N16 cutting point. I'm also thinking around like R16. And maybe if I play R12, like the whole group might have to do something. So I'm a little worried about that upper group for black. And there is a nearby white group that's also not super strong. So it looks like you can defend that group while putting pressure on me.
Maybe I should look to take away your right side eye potential with that group. So like R12 or like R10, something like that.
12, that looks okay. Yeah, that looks okay. That's not quite the move I would have thought of, but it looks fine. Yeah, you can try that.
Okay. I guess I'll do this one.
Okay. So, the issue with this move is that I don't think I'm going to defend my group. At least not directly. Because I don't think making eyes on the right was the primary way that that group was ever trying to live.
Yeah,
I think that group was trying to live by running out. Right? So if I'm going to defend, I'm just going to keep running out. I might try to defend indirectly by improving the groups that it's running towards.
I see. Oh, did I lose you?